So I guess you're probably wondering why I'm making this video in the middle of the night using horrible lighting and then I'm in the van. Well, the Royal Hellraiser, or the van, is the only place where I can kind of feel safe. So there would be no other place where I could, I guess, talk about this. But this video isn't about me. It's about Aaron. And I don't know if you know who Aaron is, but I will try to get you to understand who he is. Aaron is my friend who died 4 years ago from being run over by a garbage truck. As shitty as that sounds, it is. He was on a skateboard and he wasn't wearing any lights. And sadly, Aaron was only 25 when he died, and tomorrow is the 21st, and I'm feeling like I feel that with every message or with every incident that happens, there is a message beyond it that not even I can understand or grasp to understand. So I thought I would start from the beginning. I met Aaron. I met him when I was 18, and at the time I was living in a group home, and I was always looking for somewhere to just kind of relax and hang out, because sometimes you don't want to sleep in a group home. Sometimes you want to feel normal. So I decided to hang out with him, and I met him through a mutual friend, and she took me to one of his keggers. And I asked him if I could stay over, and he said it was okay. From there, we just clicked. I remember just hanging out with him in his mom's house and chilling, and I just kept going to his parties and stuff. I felt really connected with Aaron, like another brother, you know? I remember the first time that we jammed together. I woke up in the morning after one of his parties, and he said, "Hey, do you want to jam?" And I was like, "Sure." We were watching The Police at the time. Not The Police, but The Police, the band. And I was just like, yeah, it's a cool bass line. I don't know. So we started jamming together, and I wish I could remember the music that we were jamming with, but I remember it in my brain in the sense of like visually, but not what it sounds like, and I wish I could hear it. I eventually went to college, and I didn't see Aaron for a year or so, and it turned out afterwards that my apartment was like a 15-minute streetcar ride away from him. So he crossed paths with me again, and he was the same person, as enthusiastic as he always is, as loving as he always is, with his doors always open, and always having these barbecues all the time, and just like food for everyone, and just, he was such a giving person, you know? I remember Emily and I decided to go see him to one of his barbecues and show him one of our songs. And we were sitting with him, and we played him one of his songs, and he's like, "I'll be your drummer." And that's how it started. So Aaron was with us for a short period of time as our drummer. And that short period of time seemed to go pretty fast. I really wanted to spend more time with him playing music, but I wasn't given it. With Aaron could not only just play drums, he could play any instrument, basically. I remember him showing me one of his tracks that he wrote an entire song, drums, guitar solo, bass, everything. He just constantly was writing music, and it encouraged us to keep writing music also. He was also really enthusiastic with the style of his drumming, and always happy. I remember one of the first songs that we ever played together on stage afterwards. And I felt so shitty about this one specific song because I kept fucking up. And he just said to me, "You know what, you should be happy that you're on stage and that you get to play and do what you love. So being off stage angry about something is stupid and pointless because you're where you want to be," if that makes sense. Sadly enough, Aaron also loved to cook, and he wanted to make a dinner for myself, Emily, and his mom, and we always planned to have this nice dinner because he would always cook for us before band practice, and it never happened. And the worst part of this whole thing is, like, I didn't meet his mom until he died. And I hate thinking about it, but that was the reality of it. Was like, time is this thing that we never think about. You don't know how much time you have, and I don't know how much time he was going to be here, and it just sucks. As soon as I saw his mom, though, I just knew it was his mom, and I knew exactly where he got all of his amazingness from, and it was just awesome. The thing about Aaron is, he's one of those friends that I would call the true serum, where he would always tell you the truth, regardless if it will hurt you or not, because he just wanted you to know as a friend. And to be honest, those people are hard to find. I have a couple of them in my life, and alone hearing the truth is difficult. After Aaron died, I decided to write this song called The Famous Monster. And there's something about that song that's so haunting to the point that I can't listen to it. And when I do, it's at that odd moment where I can handle it, I guess. The thing about the song The Famous Monster is when I hear someone else listen to it and they tell me what they feel, it makes my heart soar, because it helped them through something that they felt they needed. I didn't write The Famous Monster for fame. I didn't write The Famous Monster to get attention. I wrote The Famous Monster because it was the only way that I could get better at dealing with the situation, regardless of what people thought of it. And when I hear someone listen to that song and they tell me, like, what it makes them feel like and how it makes them feel better, it makes me feel so, I don't know, it makes me feel like my purpose of the song is there. And when Emily got her hands on it and her voice, she turned it to a whole new level. And then when Ian started listening to it and wrote all those harmonies, I felt like it clearly displayed what Aaron was about. He was this light, and he was just so bright that sometimes people can't handle it. He would, like, blind you. And sometimes you need that type of person in your life to, you know, let you through the darkness, that you just need to borrow someone's light sometimes because you can't find your way. And I feel that's like what Aaron did. And I want people to remember him in that way. Sadly enough, the last time I jammed with Aaron was on my 21st birthday, because he was awesome and let me have, I think, 21st birthday at his house. And the last time I saw Aaron was outside of the Phoenix, and I told him, hey, we're gonna go to Wonderland tomorrow, you wanna come? And he said, yeah. And I bought him a ticket and everything, and he didn't show up. And my last thought of Aaron was being angry, and I didn't want to be angry anymore. And I felt shitty about being mad at him for something so small because he didn't show up to, you know, Wonderland. That's stupid. And I started to realize that if anything I learned from Aaron, it's time. Appreciate those around you who you have with the lack of time you have. And I'm still learning that lesson myself, to take my own advice. And the second thing I learned was to have peace with everything, or even try to have peace with everything, or try to make peace with everything, because you don't know what's gonna happen, regardless if you think you have all the time in the world. So I really hope that Aaron's family and all his loved ones tomorrow, well, if I post it today, will feel at peace with all this. Because regardless of how I feel, they probably feel those who've known him his whole life 10 times worse. And I pray for those. Keep being awesome, Aaron. You are the famous monster.